Nothing like an inspirational poster to boost worker productivity. For some reason, my boys aren't terribly fond of this one. Flowers, the perfect meal for a hungry hive. The remote control for my Sniffer 3000. Too bad about the teething problems. Still, this might come in handy. Bon appetit. Oh! Not exactly a flood, is it? Flowers, Gromit. That's the weak link in our production chain. We need more flowers. My workers are very devoted to their queen. That hinge is awfully loose. I'll have to see to that. Any more honey to speak of? Not enough flowers to tip the balance yet. Not to worry, I've got a few ideas. Did I forget to carry 9? No, everything's in order. If we're going to make that honey delivery, we're going to need a lot more flowers. Now where can I find a whole lot of flowers in a hurry? So that's where the dog tags went. I'm sure Gromit will be glad to get them back. What's that? That looks like the flyer I picked up in the hall. Why would Gromit throw away an important piece of correspondence like that? Great news, Gromit. I found those dog tags you misplaced. Now you can walk around looking official. It isn't like Gromit to be so absent-minded. I just found these on the floor, Gromit. You really must be more careful. He dropped them again. What's wrong with that dog?
Beautiful morning, Mr. Wallace. I'm pleased to see you've emerged from your subterranean lair.
Been doing a spot of gardening, have you, Miss Flitt?
Working my green fingers to the bone. But the hard work appears to be paying off.
Indeed it does.
Blooms everywhere. I call it my purple paradise.
It certainly looks delicious. I mean, I imagine it would look delicious if you were an insect.
You mean if I were a bee?
Well, now you mention it.
You want to feed my flowers to your bees?
That is, if you don't mind.
How many would you like?
As many as you can spare.
Oh, you can have all you want, Mr. Wallace.
Oh, much obliged, Miss Flitt.
Here, you can jolly well grow your own.
Right-ho. No flowers in here.
There now, with hard work and a little luck, you should have a nice bed of flowers in 2 or 3 months.
I can't wait 2 or 3 months. I've got a deadline. This evening.
Oh, you poor, simple man. Nothing grows that quickly.
I wonder. Rex Armstrong's Quick Grow Muscle Formula. Watch them sprout in seconds. If it works on people, perhaps I could adapt it to work on flowers. 3 miracle ingredients. Grow Team, Energize, Strongium. Well, I need a miracle, and fast. Shouldn't be too tricky to knock up a batch myself. Then we'll see who's got the grandest garden in West Wallaby Street. The hive will be humming in no time.
Caught you! Can't take an old soldier by surprise.
Morning, Major Crumb.
It is, if you don't mind enemy invasions.
I beg your pardon.
Didn't you get my message? Received intelligence of a major air assault. Expect the sirens to sound any minute. Hope you know where your nearest air raid shelter is.
I do recall something about that, but Major Crumb, are you sure you're not mistaken?
I know, I've made predictions before, but I'm not crying wolf. This time, I've got proof.
The jar?
It's what's inside the jar that counts. Incontrovertible evidence that the enemy is on the move.
Does it? I can only see a snail.
Of course it's a snail. But what's she trying to tell us? That's the important thing.
What is she trying to tell us?
Look at her, man. She's retreated into her shell in the middle of the day. And that means only one thing. It means she knows trouble is about to strike from the heavens. Law of nature, Wallace. Learned it in France during the war. Never wrong yet. Good man, Wallace. I see you at least appreciate the seriousness of the situation. Now, spread the word. If people don't believe what an old soldier has to say, perhaps they'll listen to the snail.
shelter's all right, but growth formula would be faster.
What are you on about? You've come buzzing back, Mr. Wallace. As a bee to a blossom, eh?
I realise this may seem a trifle irregular, but Major Crumb insisted I show you this. It's...
A snail? In my garden? Have you lost your mind, Wallace?
I'm not sure, to be honest. That flower hasn't bloomed yet.
I know it hasn't, the lazy thing. Oh, but the wait will be worth it.
Oh?
This flower will be the pièce de résistance of my purple paradise. And the scent, absolutement heavenly. I'm simply...
I wonder where Major Crumb disappeared to.
Wallace! Thank heavens you made it to the shelter! I'd given you up for lost! Caught in the crossfire, were you? You've got to get your mind off the carnage up there. Would you like to hear one of my old war stories? Might help pass the time?
Well, I hate to...
Of course you would. I brought visual aids. I can still see it perfectly.
Who's that fellow?
That's me as a young recruit, off to basic training. How I cried when they cut off my golden curls. But I cheered up as soon as they issued me with a beautiful set of dog tags. Dashed useful dog tags if you happen to forget your rank or... Nay, you've got it, right there. Never go into battle without your dog tags, Wallace. Oh, there I was, back with my men, back in the thick of it, marching along under...
I found these in the hall, Major Crumb.
Dog tags! I've been recommissioned. Bound to happen, of course. Can't leave good military material sitting on the shelf. My place is in the trenches.
Sounds like you were quite a soldier, Major Crumb.
Well, Wallace, why the past tense?
Oh dear.
Once a soldier, always a soldier. Something you civilians will never grasp. And I'd be happy to prove it by charging into the fray. That is, if I had my dog tags, which I have. But I'd need a regulation helmet, a sturdy brass one, like I had in the war. And I'd have to find someone to take charge of this shelter and distribute the protein bars.
I thought you might find this useful, Major Crumb.
A helmet! By George, Wallace, there's nothing like a good helmet. Makes a fellow want to put himself in the path of projectiles. If you know what I mean. By thunder, I'm a soldier again. Sir George is ready for his dragon. And yet, duty compels me to remain here. No one else to guard the protein bars. Confounded sense of duty. You're looking at my case, aren't you, Wallace?
Well, I suppose I was, Major.
Bet you'd like to know what's inside.
I am curious, yes.
Ha! This case is packed full of government-issue protein bars.
Protein.
Rations, Wallace. Emergency rations for... emergencies, obviously. Been stockpiling them since the war. Enough nutrition in them to feed a man under fire for a whole day.
And very tasty they look, too.
Tasty? They're foul, but packed with high-strength protein.
I'd love to try one.
Out of the question, I'm afraid. You don't have clearance. And besides, protein bars are only issued in the event of civil emergencies. Orders are orders, Wallace. By George, this is an emergency! Private Gromit! I hereby issue you one protein bar. Guard it well, and see that it lasts you all day. Wallace, here's one for you as well.
Much obliged. Gromit could do the job.
Private Gromit? Can I entrust my precious cache of protein bars to a Pongo? Perhaps so. He's proven himself a trusty foot soldier. Yes. If I am called away to the front, I'd feel comfortable leaving Private Gromit in charge. Good heavens! I shouldn't be skulking around in a cellar like a frightened rat. I'm a soldier, by thunder! Private Gromit, I hereby appoint you officer commanding this air raid shelter. Here, you pass out the rations. I've got a war to win.